Hello students, today we will learn about the next concept, pension and commuted pension under section 10 subsection 10a. So under tax free income we have learned the 7 points till gratuity. So the next 8th point is pension and commuted pension. So this is under section 10 subsection 10a of Income Tax Act. Now what is this pension? Pension refers to the amount which is received by the employee every month after retirement. So pension is nothing but it is a amount which is received by the employee every month after retirement. So if we are in service, we receive a salary every month. Every month we will receiving the salary. So that is if we are in service. So after retirement we will receive a pension on a monthly basis. So the amount what we receive after a retirement on every month, so that is nothing but pension. So pension refers to the amount which is received by the employee every month after the retirement. So this is usually half of the amount of the last drawn salary. It is usually half the amount of last drawn salary. So at the time of retirement, what is the last drawn salary? So on that last drawn salary, half of that last drawn salary will be received as a pension after the retirement. So pension, it is one of our tax free income, not fully tax free. Some part of, like gratuity, some part of pension is tax free or exempt, balance is taxable as a salary. So under the head income from salary, pension is taxable. Under the head income from salary, like gratuity, taxable gratuity, here we have to compute taxable pension. So that is taxable under the head income from salary. So if an individual is receiving a salary or a pension, or if he has any other income, then it should be included in his 5 heads of income. So it is added to his gross total income, and after claiming deduction on the total income, he has to pay income tax. So pension is taxable under the head income from salary. So pension refers to the amount which is received by the employee every month after retirement, and it is usually the half of the amount of last drawn salary. So under pension there are two, uncommuted pension and commuted pension. First one is uncommuted pension. Uncommuted pension is nothing but it is a periodical payment of pension. So after retirement, if an employee receives a pension in a periodical monthly payment of a pension after the retirement of employee, so the periodical payment of pension is known as uncommuted pension. So the uncommuted pension, it is fully taxable in the hands of government as well as non-government employee. Uncommuted pension is fully taxable. The periodical payment of pension or a periodical receipt of a pension by the employee after his retirement is fully taxable. It is taxable to all the employees, government as well as non-government employees. Second one is commuted pension. Commuted pension means here sometimes employees will receive a pension amount in lump sum instead of periodical payment. Instead of pension, instead of monthly payment of pension, he might receive a pension in lump sum. Lump sum means the accumulated pension. Lump sum means accumulated pension amount. Instead of receiving periodical, he might receive a lump sum pension. So pension received which is in lump sum is known as commuted pension, and it is taxable as per the condition. Now we will see here. See here, under pension there are two, periodical pension and commuted pension. Periodical is nothing but uncommuted pension. Periodical pension is nothing but uncommuted pension. And periodical pension and commuted pension. So periodical pension is fully taxable in case of both the employees. Both the employees means government as well as non-government employees. If they receive periodical pension, then it is taxable under the head income from salary. In case of commuted pension, under that in case of government employee, if a government employee receives the commuted pension, then it is fully exempt. If a non-government employee receives the commuted pension, then conditions apply. Based on the condition, some part of the income will becomes exempt and the balance is taxable. Like gratuity calculation, we have to calculate the taxable pension in case of non-government employees. Yes, periodical pension is fully taxable in the hands of employees. If it is commuted pension, then in case of government employee it is fully exempt. In case of non-government employees, conditions applies. Now we'll see what is the conditions apply for the non-government employee. So in case of non-government employees, the following rules will apply. So under that there are two rules. If gratuity is received, if an employee receives the gratuity, then the conditions will be, this is a condition. If an employee is not receiving the gratuity, that is the second case, then there is a different condition. Now we'll see what is the condition in case of an employee receives the gratuity. So if an employee receives a gratuity, if gratuity is received, then we have to take 1/3 of full commuted value of pension. 1/3 of full commuted value of pension is exempt, balance is taxable. So 1/3 of full commuted value we have to give as exempt. So balance amount is taxable. So for that, format is shown like this. See the format. Format for computation of taxable commuted pension. So this is only in case of commuted pension and in the case of non-government employee. So format, see the format. Format of computation of taxable commuted pension if he receives the gratuity. If he receives the gratuity, what is the condition? See here, firstly we have to take commuted pension received. So the total commuted pension what he received, that we have to take. So that commuted pension is not fully taxable. Okay, the pension received by a employee is taxable, but it is not fully taxable in case of non-government employee and in case of commuted pension. Now we'll see what is the exemption. So we have to deduct the exempt under section 10 subsection 10A. So that exemption is 1/3 of full commuted value of pension is exempt. 1/3 of full commuted value of pension is exempt. So if you deduct that exempt portion, the exempt portion from the commuted pension received, the balance is taxable commuted pension. Taxable commuted pension. Commuted is nothing but accumulated pension, added pension or accumulated pension. So this is taxable amount. So this amount, what amount we get here, and it should be written under the head income from salary, and it is taken under this head. So and it is taxable here along with other income while computing the total income of an assessee. So this is about a gratuity. If an employee receives a gratuity, and in that case what is the commuted, if an employee receives the gratuity as well as commuted pension, what is the case? This is a case. Now the second one is if gratuity is not received. If gratuity is not received by the employee, then if gratuity is not received by the employee and he is received a commuted pension, what is the taxable commuted pension here? See here, half of the full commuted value of pension is exempt. So in the previous case, it was 1/3. If employee not receives the gratuity, it is 1/2. Half of the full commuted value of pension is exempt. Balance is taxable. So see the format. Format of computation of taxable commuted pension if he does not receive the gratuity. So particulars and amount. Under that, commuted pension received we have to take here. Then we have to deduct the exemption under section 10 subsection 10A. So here we have to take half of the full commuted value of pension. So that we have to deduct from the commuted pension received. So the balance is known as taxable commuted pension in case of a employee is not receiving a gratuity. So this is the second case. So only two cases you have. So this is a simple concept. So the computed taxable commuted pension, what we computed here, it is written under the head income from salary and it is added here. So while computing your income tax filing, income tax returns, we have to add taxable pension under the head income from salary. So remember, if an employee receives the pension in the form of a periodical pension, if he receives a pension monthly, then it is fully taxable. So if an employee receives a commuted pension, then there is a conditions applies. So now we'll see about the family pension. So here there are important points. See here, family pension. So family pension here, it is taxable. If an family receives a pension, it is taxable in the hands of recipient under the head other sources, and deduction can be claimed under section 57. So family pension means if the employee was receiving the pension, if the employee was receiving the pension and he dies, if he dies, the pension amount is received by his family. After his death, the pension amount is received by his family. So his family members. So it is known as family pension. So the family pension, it is taxable in the hands of recipient. The one who receives the pension, it is taxable. So it is not taxable under the head the recipient. For the recipient, it is not a salary income. Okay. For the recipient, the family pension means it is not his income. It is the income of others he is receiving. So it is not taxable under the head salary. It is taxable in the hands of recipient. So while computing the recipient income, it is not taxable under the head income from salary because it is not his salary. So but it is taxable under the head section 56 income from other source. It is not a income from salary, it is not a income from house property, it is not a income from business, it is not a capital gain. So it is a income he receives from other sources. So we have to write under the head income from other source. So family pension, it is taxable in the hands of recipient under the head other sources, and the deduction can be claimed under section 57. So firstly, it should be added under section 56. It should be included or added. Later, he can claim a deduction for that family pension under section 57. Okay. Next, commuted pension is taxable. So the commuted pension is taxable. Later, relief under section 89 is available. So they can claim a relief or a deduction can be claimed under section 89. Next one is pension received from a UNO is exempt. If an employee receives a pension from a UNO, United Nations organization, it is exempt. If a pension is received by a family member of armed forces, then it is exempt. So in case of others, it is taxable. If a pension is received by a family member of armed forces, is exempt. And pension received by a widow of a United Nations employee's wife, widow of a United Nations ex-officials, is also exempt. Yes, now we'll solve one simple illustration relating to commuted pension. See here, illustration number 1. Bharat commuted 3/4 of his pension and received rupees 1,80,000. Find his taxable commuted pension if he receives the gratuity and if he does not receive the gratuity. So we have to compute taxable commuted pension. Taxable commuted pension we have to compute. So if he commute 3/4 of his pension, what is the treatment? Okay. So in this question, here, see the question. Bharat decided to commute 3/4 of his pension. Means he planned to receive his pension in one lump sum. That is in 3/4, not a full, not his full pension as a commuted. He planned to only a 3/4 of his pension commuted. So he planned, Bharat commuted 3/4 of his pension. So after when he commuted 3/4 of pension, it comes to 1,80,000. So he received 1,80,000 when he commuted 3/4 of his pension. So now we have to compute the taxable commuted pension if he receives a gratuity and if he does not receive a gratuity. So now we'll solve. So write the heading computation of taxable commuted pension for the assessment year 2020-21 if he receives a gratuity. Write heading. So solution computation of taxable commuted pension for the assessment year 2020-21 if he receives a gratuity. So draw two column particulars and one amount column. So two column particulars and one amount column. So under that, as per format, we have to take, firstly we have to take commuted pension received in case of if he gratuity receives. If gratuity received, then we have to take commuted pension, and exemption is 1/3 of full commuted value of pension. So firstly write commuted pension received. So how much commuted pension he received? So he commuted 3/4 of his pension and received 1,80,000. So that is 1,80,000 is he received. Next we have to provide exemption in case of commuted pension receive. If an employee receives commuted pension, then it is not fully taxable. There are conditions. To the some extent it is tax free, balance is taxable. So what is the exemption? Write heading exempt under section 10 subsection 10A. So the exemption is 1/3 of full commuted value of pension. So we have to take 1/3 of full commuted value of pension. So in this question they have given 3/4 of his pension. So here they have asked to exemption is taken of 1/3 of full commuted value. We need full commuted value. It is not a 3/4. We have to take now 100%. What is the 100% pension he received? Not a 3/4. So in the question they have given 3/4 of his pension. He commuted 3/4 of pension. But here we have to provide exemption to full commuted value of pension. Full commuted value of pension. So how to find the full commuted value of pension? So they have given how much? 3/4 is commuted. So commuted value is 3/4. So how to find the full value of pension? So that is we have to write 4/3. We have to write like this in order to get full value. So why we have to write like this? So what here, in order to find the full value or 100% value, what we multiply, this is 3/4 means multiplied by 3 divided by 4. So what we multiplied should be divided. What we divided should be multiplied. So the commuted value of 3/4 we can get the full value by taking 4/3. Clear? So I'll tell with the example. For example, rupees 2 value is multiplied by 2. Okay, so when we multiplied, we'll get 4 value. Answer is 4. So now we have wrongly multiplied this 2. This 2 is wrongly multiplied. Now we have to cancel. This is a multiplied by 2. So now we have to cancel this 2. So in order to cancel this 2, what we multiplied should be divided from this answer. Okay, when we divide, we'll get the exact value. So the answer. Okay, so this is what, in order to get the full value, what we multiplied should be divided. Okay, so we'll get the full value. So I'll tell the example for the division. For example, we'll take 10. So the rupee 10 is divided by 5. So what is answer? 2. So this is a 5 is wrongly divided. If, for example, if it is wrongly divided, then we have to cancel this. We need the full value. This is a, after division we got rupee 2. we need the full value. What we have to do? What we divided here, divided by 5, it should be cancelled. How can we cancel what we divided? In order to cancel, we have to multiply. We have to multiply. When we multiply this 5 value, 2 into 5 is equal to 10. So we'll get the full value. So similarly, in this question, they have given commuted value 3 by 4. So this is a pension what he commuted. What he received in lump sum is 3 by 4. Only 3 by 4 of pension he commuted or he received in lump sum. So balance is a periodical receipt of a pension. Now we should know what is a full value. So in order to find full value, what we multiplied should be divided. What we divided should be multiplied. Okay. So here, in order to get answer, if in the question, if they give 3 by 4, then we have to take 4 by 3. If they give 1 by 2, then we have to take 2 by 1. If they give 1 by 4, then it should be 4 by 1. Like that we have to take. Okay. So now write 1/3 of 1 by 3 into full value of commuted pension. Full value of commuted pension means how much commuted pension is commuted? 3 by 4. So here we have to take what is the commuted pension received? 1,80,000. 1,80,000 into commuted pension is 3 by 4. So here we have to take 4 by 3. So calculate 1,80,000 into 4 by 3 into 1 by 3. What is the answer? So firstly calculate the value what is written in bracket. Full value of commuted pension we have to take first. That is 1,80,000 into 4 by 3 into 1 by 3 into 1 by 3 or into 1 by 3. So what is the answer we'll get is rupees 80,000. So 80,000 value of pension is exempt. So balance pension what he received commuted, it is taxable. So 1,80,000 minus 80,000 equal to 1 lakh. So 1 lakh amount of pension is taxable. So this is a taxable commuted pension. So this pension value 1 lakh he has to write under the head income from salary, and it is taxable. Next we will take further if he does not receive the gratuity. If he does not receives gratuity. So what is the solution here? If he does not receive the gratuity, same format, take the format first, write the particulars and amount. So if he does not receive the gratuity, particulars and amount column, draw particulars and amount column. Here write commuted pension received. Commuted pension received. How much? Same 1,80,000. Same value 1,80,000. So here we have to provide exemption. Exempt under section 10 subsection 10A. So here exemption is in case of employee receives the pension and does not receive the gratuity, then formula will be, see here formula, what is the formula in case of employee not receives the gratuity? Here we have to take half of full commuted value of pension. So half of full commuted value of pension. So half into, now we have to find commuted value of pension, that is same 1,80,000 into 4 by 3. So if he receives the gratuity 1 by 3, if he does not receive the gratuity 1 by 2, only that is the difference, rest are same. So 1,80,000 into 4 by 3. So 1,80,000 into 4 by 3 will get, we have to calculate first, later 1 by 2. So we'll get the answer 1,20,000. So if you deduct 1,20,000 from 1,80,000, we will get 60,000 as a taxable commuted pension.